This weapon ended the age of cannons. It brought down the greatest walls ever built. It decided Napoleon's battles. It shelled Paris from 120 kilometers away, and it was invented completely by accident. This is the story of the cannon. In the spring of 1453, a weapon so massive it needed 60 oxen to move it was dragged toward the walls of Constantinople, walls that had protected the city for 1,000 years. Within weeks, those walls would fall. But the story of the cannon doesn't begin on a battlefield. It begins, strangely enough, with men searching for the secret of eternal life. 9th century China. Taoist alchemists of the Tang dynasty are mixing saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal, hoping to create an elixir of immortality. Instead, they create something that burns violently, and they name it Huo Yao, fire medicine. At first, this fire medicine lights up festivals as fireworks, but armies notice quickly. By the Song dynasty, Chinese soldiers are strapping gunpowder to arrows and hurling primitive bombs over city walls. The elixir of life had become an instrument of death, and its evolution was only beginning. The first true ancestor of the cannon was the fire lance, a bamboo tube packed with gunpowder that spat flame and shrapnel at close range. Over time, bamboo gave way to metal, and loose shrapnel gave way to a single projectile that fit the barrel snugly. The oldest surviving cannon we can date with confidence is a bronze hand cannon from 1288, discovered in Manchuria. It's small, barely 34 centimeters. But it embodies a principle that hasn't changed in 7 centuries: chemical energy, confined in a tube, launching a projectile. Every artillery piece on Earth today is its descendant. Through the Silk Road and the Mongol conquests, gunpowder traveled west, first to the Islamic world, then to Europe. The earliest European image of a cannon appears in an English manuscript from 1326, a strange vase-shaped device firing a large arrow. Just 20 years later, English forces reportedly used small cannons at the Battle of Crécy. These early guns were as dangerous to their crews as to the enemy barrels burst without warning. In 1460, King James II of Scotland was killed when one of his own cannons exploded beside him. Yet despite the risks, every kingdom in Europe wanted them. Then came the moment that changed history. In 1453, a Hungarian engineer named Orban offered his cannon-founding skills to the Byzantine emperor. The emperor couldn't afford him, so Orban walked across the lines and made the same offer to Sultan Mehmed II. The result was a monster, a bombard over 8 meters long, firing stone balls weighing more than half a ton. For 53 days, Ottoman guns pounded the Theodosian walls, fortifications that had repelled every siege for a millennium. And then, the walls broke. Constantinople fell. Across Europe, one lesson landed like a thunderclap: no wall, no castle, no fortress was safe anymore. What followed was an arms race that never really stopped. Cannons became lighter, mounted on wheels, aimed with trunnions. In the 17th century, Sweden's Gustavus Adolphus built light field guns that could move with his infantry. Artillery became mobile. Napoleon himself, a trained artillery officer, massed his guns into great batteries that decided entire battles. Then the Industrial Revolution rewrote the rules again: rifled barrels for deadly accuracy, breech loading for speed, steel replacing bronze, and explosive shells replacing solid stone and iron. By the late 19th century, the cannon of Constantinople would have looked like a museum piece. In the First World War, artillery became the deadliest force on the battlefield, responsible for more casualties than any other weapon. The German Paris gun could shell the French capital from 120 kilometers away. Today's artillery fires guided shells over 40 kilometers with pinpoint precision, and yet strip away the electronics, and the core idea remains exactly what those Chinese alchemists stumbled upon 11 centuries ago: powder, tube, projectile. The alchemists never found their elixir of immortality, but their accidental invention? It never died. If you enjoyed this journey through history, subscribe for more stories about the inventions that shaped our world.